everyone, and welcome back. This is now part 3 of the series of drawing our stress away, and today I'm going to look at how we can express ourselves through drawing all our emotions, our anxieties, our fear, our trepidations about everything that's going on at the moment. But it doesn't just apply to now, it can apply to any period of time that we might want to release ourselves from lots of tension and anxiety and worry. It's really drawing out your emotions. So without further ado, let's get started, and I hope you enjoy. So I've got my paper again, and as I've said before, you can use anything. If you've got an old scrapbook or notebook or some printing paper, even newspaper. The point of the exercise is just to be releasing all these tensions and emotions. So what I'm going to do is divide this page up into boxes. So let's go this way. Okay, so dependent on what you're majorly worried about or your major fear, let's start with fear. So if I was to put fear up here, let me do it this way and then you'll see. So I'm going to put fear in here. Now when you focus on fear, and I've talked a lot about focusing in the last couple of videos, once we're focused on something, we're defocused on everything else, and it's not something that I particularly want to focus on much. But if we just look for this for the sake of the exercise, let's just take fear as a starting point, because I think that's what really the general state of everyone's mind is at the moment. Is with this virus whizzing around, are we going to catch it? What's going to happen? Da-di-da-di-da. It all kind of gets into this horrible mishmash. So if we think about that, how would we draw that out? So again, my exercise here, it's using your whole arm, not your wrist. We want to move from the left side of the brain to the right side of the brain, if you remember from the last video. The left side of the brain will be full of judgment and, oh, you can't do this and this is crazy and, what's the point? If we shift to the right hand side, we allow ourselves some freedom to actually draw without so much judgment and, self-deprecation. We don't have to know how to draw to do this exercise. What we're doing is really moving and expressing that movement on the paper. So we want to move from the left side of the brain to the right to get into the creative part of our brain to allow us to express those feelings. So coming to fear, how do I feel about fear? Well, I could start, doing some, just again, we're scribbling, we're not thinking about it. I'm just allowing that feeling to express itself here in this little area. It's as simple as that, but I've released some tension. Now, if I really wanted to go further, obviously I would get a bigger paper and I would do more, but this is to give you some examples. So now let's shift it totally to the other side. So we're going to move from fear to, say, peace. Okay, so we've got peace here. Now you're going to see how different that is when we shift our focus from fear to peace. So how does that unfold? Well, for me, let's feel how peace feels. It's very gentle, it's soothing. You can see how much different those movements are. So again, for you, you'll have your own interpretation of how peace feels to you. you can automatically see the difference between the two. Now, I'm not thinking about it. My biggest word here is allowing it to happen, to let yourself express yourself without interfering with it intellectually in any prejudgment or negativity. We're moving the pencil around the paper, just allowing that feeling. So let's come up with another one. Let's come up with, say, frustration. Okay. Now, how is that different from fear? Well, let's see. Frustration is a different emotion, obviously, to fear. You don't necessarily have to be frightened to be frustrated. So let's see what would happen with frustration. I'm just feeling how that feels to me. So I'm just allowing the frustration to express itself here on the paper. Okay, it's very different. Now, as I did before in the last video, I want to validate what we're doing, because that left brain will kick in and say, what on earth is all this about? But painting and drawing is about emotion. You'll have certain artists that you like, pictures that you have on your wall that you've resonated with. That's why you bought them. That's why you have them on your wall. There's an emotion that goes with those paintings. And some you like, and looking at some paintings you think they're fabulous and you love them. Some you really dislike and you wouldn't want to look at them again. But everything that we look at has an emotion attached to it. So I'm at the moment looking out on my garden and the sun's shining and it's a lovely feeling. Yesterday, when it was pouring with rain, it was a completely different feeling. So what this does is awakens our awareness of our emotions to the things that we're going through, because it focuses. And in that focusing, we get some insight. We also get a release from those emotions that keep us bound up and tense and worried. Now, to validate this one, I'm just going to show you this this drawing and painting. Now, this is, you might recognize it. It's by Edward Munch. This is his drawing. It's the Scream. Now you can see there aren't that many lines there, but it's incredibly expressive. I hope you can see that. Okay. Excuse me. And then there is the painting of it. Now you can't help but feel that emotion in that painting, in that picture. And then if I sort of flick to another picture, let's have a look at something that's, okay, here's a Miro. And here, a very emotional picture is the Guernica by Picasso. You must all surely be aware of that painting, the emotion of what he felt about what happened in that situation in the Second World War in Guernica. It's so amazingly expressed in that painting. And here's one of Miro, again, it's painting, but it's got an expression. It's more of happiness and joy. So you can see that when whatever we're looking at, there is an emotion too. And the more we become aware of that, the more we are in control of it, if you like. It's not just having an effect on us passively. We can actively say, well, I think that's lovely, I think that's great, I think that's horrible or frightening or whatever, but we're becoming aware of those images. And especially in this time of all these horrific images coming up on the TV and social media, etc., we want to then release those negatives. So this little exercise of doing our emotions is really, really useful. So let's come to another one. Let's come to calm. Similar to peace, but again a different. If we want to calm ourselves down, how are we feeling about calm? Well, for me, I'm just allowing myself to feel more calm. I'd notice my breathing is slowing down. I'm more interested in how I'm feeling, in this calmness. So you get what I'm saying. Let's come to another one. Let's come to worry. Let's go the other direction. So it's different from fear, it's different from frustration. How does worry feel? Well, I'm going to just allow that to develop here. How does worry feel to me? It's very scattered, it's very kind of scary. So I've got then now another image. Then let's shift the focus again to, let's have a feel what I would like to draw here. Understanding, how about that? Okay, so understanding will be another feel, another movement, another focus. So here I am with understanding. How do I feel about that? Okay, I'm sort of embracing that feeling with these movements. Okay. So there we have 6 different focuses of how we can release our emotions in drawing. Now, I've got a whole list here which I'll make available on my website. You'll be able to download it on joyfaheyartist.com, and you'll find it really helpful, and not just necessarily for you, but also for your kids. Get them to draw out their feelings, and they're usually very much more expressive than we are at doing this kind of thing. They kind of, especially dependent on their age, when they're younger, they do it naturally. And it's a lovely exercise all to do together as a family, as something to do, and you can embellish it and do a lot of different things. So I hope you find that helpful. Please like and share the video, and I would love to hear your comments. You know, it's important to get some feedback, and you know, if you'd like to send me your scribbles, please feel free. I would love to see them, and how you feel about what we've been doing, and is it helpful? So all the best for now, and I look forward to catching up again soon. Take care, stay safe and well, lots of love. Bye now.